Hey, hello. Thank you for joining me today with a moving meditation, just a nice gentle yoga class or a meditation with movement. So we're just going to start in the seated position, lengthening the spine. And we're just going to gently tuck the chin into the chest and then look up to the ceiling. And I want you to repeat this with me. So exhale when we look down, inhale when we look up. Now listening to the muscles in the neck, make sure everything feels okay. Not forcing this movement. In, and then just when we're ready, we're just going to do sideways movement. Same sort of thing. Inhale to the middle, exhale to the side. Just releasing stress that might have been building up through the neck. Inhale to the middle, exhale to the side. And just in our own time, we're just going to make our way over onto our hands and our knees, coming through into our cat-cow pose. Inhale, we look up to the ceiling, and exhale, we arch the back and look under. This is such a beautiful release for our spine, getting movement through our spine. Inhale, we look up, exhale, we look under. It's releasing the back. Just keep following this movement, following the breath. Just tucking the chin, we're going to hold it here. Arching the back. When we're ready, lifting the chin, holding it here. Breathing. Beautiful. Let's come through into a down dog next. And we're going to add just a little bit of movement with our down dog, really just whatever feels good here. So we might want to walk out the heels, maybe sway the hips gently. Any sort of movement, really, that feels good. Flattening the back as much as we can. Okay, from here, coming through into a split down dog, we're just going to slowly lift one leg up to the ceiling, opening through the hips. And we're going to draw that knee through in between our hands, coming through into a pigeon pose. From here, bringing the foot forward if we want more. An easier option is tucking the foot in and bending that back leg. Finding your own options here today. Again, if we want it harder, foot comes forward and we straighten out that back leg. Just moving around freely until you find a spot that's comfortable. These moving meditations are really finding our own level. You can lift the chest up here if you want to. Again, just finding an option that suits you, finding something that feels okay in your body. We might want to rest the forehead down onto our stacked fists. Just relaxing through the neck and relaxing through the back. Breathing here. This is such an amazing hip opener. Sometimes we tend to store stress through our hips, so we're just releasing that now. Just releasing any stress that we've been storing through our hips. Breathing here. As we breathe, try to breathe into the area where we feel the stretch, so breathing deep into our hips. On the exhale, let the hips relax down into the floor. Never worrying about what options or what levels we're taking. Just find a level that's comfortable for you. No expectations. Just moving with your body, listening to your body. Just in our own time, we're just going to lift the chest up here, lengthening out that spine, opening the chest, finding a variation if we need to. We're going to come back into down dog, taking our time to lift up and back. Flattening the back here in down dog. When we're ready, let's bring the other leg up, opening the hips, let's sweep that leg through, knee comes in between the hands. Again, options, we can bend the knees. Bent knees is easier. If we want it harder, front knee at 90 degrees, back leg straight. But listen to your hips. Through my moving meditations, variations are always encouraged. This sequence is for you, this practice is for you. You can modify it, you can change it to suit your body. So listening to your hips, listening to your body, adjusting as you feel fit. And just relaxing here now, letting the hips just sink down into the floor. Again, we breathe into the hips, letting the hips soften down with every exhale. Just keeping the focus on the breath. Again, relaxing down with the exhale. This is one of my favorite stretches, this one. Such a good release for the hips. Breathing. Okay, and just now in time, again we're going to press the chest up, opening the chest, lengthening the spine. Excellent. Let's make our way through into down dog. Flattening the back out again. If we want to, we can walk the heels out. Any sort of free movement is encouraged. Okay, just when we're ready, we're just going to wave the body weight forward and draw the hips back. Let's come through into extended child's pose. So our arms reach forward, our hips drop back to our heels, and we drop our chest down into the floor. This one's great for our posture, great to stretch out our shoulders and our back. Coming through into tabletop next, so hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. We're just going to add a spinal twist on here just by reaching one arm up to the ceiling. So we're opening the chest, reaching that arm up, and we're just going to slide it through this gap into our thread the needle. Now the hand can stay on the ground if we need the support. If we want more, let's take it up to the lower back, palm faces up to the ceiling. Gentle spinal twist and shoulder stretch. Just making sure that the neck feels comfortable. We don't want any pressure down onto the head. Again, finding your level. If it gets too much, just gently press the body out of it. Just breathing here. Let's press back into tabletop. Let's try the other side. So we reach that arm up. Spinal twist, opening the chest, sliding it through this gap, palm faces up, hand to the front or hand to the lower back. Breathing here. Deep breaths. Just like with our meditation, our moving meditation, there is a huge focus on our breath. Always breathing and following the breath. Never holding the breath. Okay, let's press the body up. Let's come back into our tabletop, and we're going to just gently sit the hips back onto the heels. If it gets too much, we can lean forward if we want to. Lengthening the spine here, resting the hands together at the chest. Let's just gently bow the head. From here, let's press the hands up to the ceiling. Coming through into camel pose from here, just when we're ready. So one hand reaches up, gently pressing the hips forward. Hand comes down to the lower back to the hips, Or if we've got the room, let's take it down to our heel. Beautiful back bend, this one. Opening the chest. Again, finding your level. And let's slowly come back, sitting down onto the heels again, hands together, bowing the head. Reaching the hands up, and we're going to repeat that onto the other side. So that arm drops down. Hand to the hip, or hand down to that foot. Just finding your level. There's no set way to do this. You can't do this wrong. Listen to your body. Let's come back into our hero's pose. From here, we're just going to come around into the seated position. Hands rest to the knees, lengthening the spine. And we're going to add a little bit of movement on here. We're just going to do some circles with the upper body. Inhale, we open the chest. Exhale, we open the back. We're just going to do some nice circles with our torso. I love this movement. It's just a nice feel-good movement. Really great for increasing movement, mobility through our spine. Releases the neck. Let's change directions when we're ready. Nice big circles. We press the chest forward. Go to the side, open the back, other side, and we just repeat. Letting the head just gently fall around into a circle as well, not forcing or creating pressure anywhere. Just letting the body, nice free movements. Inhale, let's lengthen the spine, resting the eyes closed. Okay, now just when we're ready, we're going to lie down as finishing just with a little meditation here. So we lengthen the spine. Hands can rest onto the body or just out to the side somewhere, just wherever's comfortable. And we're just going to follow the breath here. So nice to get the body moving meditations, absolutely love them. Just a nice gentle flow, gentle yoga practice. See how the body feels now. How do the muscles feel? Were there any tight areas through our body as we went through our meditation, our moving meditation today? Seeing how the body is feeling. With the exhale, letting the body relax down into the floor. Letting the muscles become heavy, letting the body become heavy. Just breathing. Just feel the body connect down into the earth. Inhale, the belly rises. Exhale, the belly falls. Just breathing here. Just when we're ready, we're just going to slowly come out of it, just bending the knees. Maybe a little rock side to side with the knees. Okay, just now in time, let's press the body up, just coming to cross legs. And we finish today, lengthening the spine, bringing the hands to the chest, and we say namaste. So thank you so much for joining me today with our first moving meditation, just extending my meditations a little bit further into a moving practice. Thank you so much for joining me.